Welcome to the Indigo League, where trainers grow and bond with their Pokemon to become the very best and prove themselves unbeatable.
We are unbeatable, we'll train until we meet our goal. If stakes are high, no, we won't fall, because we are unbeatable.
Welcome to the world of Pokemon. Last time on Pokemon Unbeatable, our heroes awoke in the Viridian City Pokemon Center, excited to try their hand at the Viridian City Gym Challenge. After swinging by the gym to set up their appointments, the group took advantage of the early morning to try and hunt some nearby Beedrill. Vermilion, the group's new friend since Pallet Town, managed to capture a Weedle, but that ended up in alerting an entire swarm of Beedrill. In the ensuing battle, the group was victorious, but not without a wild Beedrill being perhaps fatally injured by Gavin's Staravia, Ava. So, we come back to our group, standing in a stunned silence in the early morning in the forest right outside the south of Viridian City.
Gavin's holding Staravia in his arms.
Yeah, at this point, Ava is fully unconscious, fully fainted. As you're kind of holding Staravia, the two of you who are not shell-shocked at the moment, may I please have either natural medicine or Poke handling checks from you guys?
I'll do Poke handling.
Okay, I'm good at natural medicine.
Okay.
Let's see what I got from there. Okay.
I return Ava.
Okay, you hit the button and it brings Ava back into the Pokeball.
Oh. I'm so sorry. Remind me again. We don't add badges to this.
Because you don't have any
We
badges.
don't have any badges.
Got it. Okay. I got an 8 for Pokemon.
8's pretty good.
Medicine.
4 in
And
total.
you got a 4? 4 is not bad. 4 is enough to note that when the Beedrill kind of slides off the tree to the floor at this point, because it's still been kind of stuck there from where Ava had pinned it to the tree with her brand new sharp beak, the metal attachment that had been attached to her beak to make her flying type moves a bit stronger. It's enough to note that, and with an 8 is enough to notice that there's still a faint beating of wings from the Beedrill. It's not enough time to treat it, but it's enough to know that the next few seconds is going to decide whether or not it lives or dies.
Vermilion, do you have that revive?
You see at this point, Vermilion is white as a sheet, and like they don't speak at this point, but they kind of just like start like fumbling with their backpack and trying to like pull it off, that side bag that they had. Mm-hmm. And they just go, small pocket, small. And they just like hand out their bag.
Yeah.
Just
yeah.
I feel
like Seth.
I'll be your
Seth
assistant.
I'll be your assistant. Yeah.
I got a 4. I'm not leading the charge, but I'm there to help.
Okay, yeah, Seth, you immediately rip open the bag. Looking through, you pass by a couple of things that you have to toss out. At this point, you're not looking at what's in the bag. You're looking for a specific diamond, gold-shaped capsule that you know holds kind of like the smelling salts that wake up Pokemon when they're fainted and potentially reinvigorate them enough to keep them around. Coryne, the moment that Seth pulls out that golden diamond from the very bottom, finding 2 capsules, pulling one of them, you see it. It's there. You're already at the side of the Beedrill. Are you guys passing it off?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. You passed it off. Coryne, with the deft training of someone who is familiar with treating Pokemon from your summers spent volunteering at the Poke Center, you crack it with 2 fingers with a single thumb, holding it below where the Beedrill would inhale, the kind of like thin slit where its nose would be on its like very smooth like chitinous form. Inhaling the revive, we're going to go ahead and I'm gonna roll a thing. I'm gonna roll the HP die for this Beedrill.
Okay.
I did the math. This Beedrill is 3 minor wounds over where it needs to be alive.
So it's 1 whole wound.
1 whole major wound.
1 major wound over.
Yeah. Yes, Coryne.
Would it be at all possible? I do have an Oranberry. Can I crush it on the wound?
That's gonna have to matter for after we see whether or not the revive takes effect.
Okay.
This is the die roll. So, because it's at 3, I'm gonna say 3 over. The difficulty we did last time was 10 for this, but you just hit exactly the amount you needed to kill that Pokemon last time. This has gone over, so I'm going to increase the difficulty by 3 for this Beedrill. So it's DC 13, difficulty 13 that it needs to hit. Beedrill, if I pull up my my sheet for the Beedrill.
Honestly, I kind of hope it has a D4 for the chance to just explode.
What
a
the
bunch of
fuck?
times. Right. I feel like that's more. It's possible, right?
I mean, yeah.
Beedrill has a D8 HP die, and this is a rank 3 Pokemon, which means it has a +3 to the roll.
Okay.
So explode once.
It
at
just
least.
Explode once. A 7 or an 8. No, you just need an 8. You need an explosion.
Yeah,
You
we
need to
have to
explode.
explode.
Is there any type of like additional advantage that could be given with the berry being prepped, the speed at which we reacted, anything like that?
Go ahead and each of you give me a retroactive agility roll from the both of you. I'm going to say the two of you need to beat difficulty 12 together, difficulty 12 combined.
Ooh, okay.
And if you beat difficulty 12 combined, I'll give this Beedrill an advantage to this roll.
Agility. Okay. Feel pretty good. What you
I'm
got?
glad you do. I got a 4.
Okay.
Okay, I got a 9.
13. I will grant an advantage to this Beedrill. Because of the speed at which you moved, I'm going to roll the advantage
Never a
first.
Japanese quicker on this die.
I'm going to roll the advantage first.
Okay.
That's a 3 on the advantage.
Okay.
Which means that base, it's at a 6. Which means that you guys need to roll a 7 or an 8 on the D8 for it to live. Just like I've done last time, I'm going to take a photo of this for the audience. With that, the audience has seen the roll. So, at this point, you all kind of stand there. Gavin, at this moment, you've returned your Starly. You've still kind of got this like green-red, like kind of coppery liquid on your hands that you realize is now what was leaking out of the Beedrill. And you look over, and when you hear the exclamation from Coryne at that point in time, you fear the worst. But Coryne, without even realizing it, you let out a full-chested noise at seeing the weak fluttering of wings of the Beedrill below you, as it is now simply fainted and not dying.
Oh my
As
god.
it was a 7 rolled on the D8.
Pokeball. Someone Pokeball. Put this in a Pokeball. Does anyone have a Pokeball? You guys bought like
I
a
don't-
Gavin kind of he's on his knees at the moment. He's just kind of been going, I'm sorry. And he as you guys have got that up and you call for Pokeball, he like reaches into, like, he's got a bunch of empty Pokeballs just on his like bandolier, and he takes one off and he like staggers up. He probably like half crawls over to the Beedrill and then just presses it against its forehead gently.
Okay. This is a
KO.
fainted Pokemon.
I
at
throw
this
it as
point.
hard as I can at its head.
Beam it.
So this is a fainted Pokemon. So the normal difficulty for a roll is 10, but we subtract 5 when it's a fainted Pokemon. So difficulty 5, you have a +1 to the D20 roll from the catch rate of a normal Pokeball. Go ahead and roll D20 +1.
D20 plus 1. That's 12.
12? That will succeed. You press the ball forward and the button makes contact and it disappears into the ball. And there is not even that clicking noise, the waiting, the wiggling. It is just ding, caught.
And he just wipes his hands on his shirt, a bit shell-shocked.
Okay. All right. We're good. Where's everybody else? Bowie. I'm just gonna Bowie come back over to me.
Bowie, like, Totodile. Seems very down, but still waddles over to you.
All right. Coryne, where's Myrtle?
Myrtle? Last.
You look around for Myrtle. Initially, you panic because you don't see her for just a moment. And then you realize among the rocks on the side of the path, there is just a fully tightened shell with nothing sticking out of it on the ground.
Hey.
Squirtle.
Hey.
You hear echo from inside of the shell.
Oh. I go walk over and I peek in the shell. Hey.
You can see the face is like fully retracted, and you can see the little beak-like mouth like still on the inside.
See you in there. It's okay. You can come out.
Squirtle.
That was really scary, huh?
Squirtle, squirt.
But it worked out okay. The Beedrill's gonna be okay. Yeah, come on. And
Myrtle,
I
yeah.
gather
You
her up.
coax Myrtle's head out for the next few minutes, and after a hot second, Myrtle pops back out.
Okay, Vermilion, where's Zippo and Gerber? Did Gerber come back yet? This is all
Yeah,
still
where's
happening.
Gerber?
Very
I
quickly.
just returned to Zippo, and Gerber should be rejoining us in a bit, but I don't know whether or not he'll have lost the Beedrill. So
Okay, so we need to get ready to go.
Yeah.
Okay. These other two Beedrill should be fine. They'll recover soon. Did you want to catch this one? I know you have the Weedle.
I'm okay with my Weedle, I think.
Okay. I'm gonna go pick up the other two Beedrill and just set them off to the side of the path.
Yeah, you pick them up,
road
and
that we're in.
they're a really light Pokemon when you pick them up. They're very it's an insect, so it's not in any way heavy, and you can easily gently pick them all up. And when you pick them up, their kind of claws like bounce on the rocks just a little bit, and you can hear like ding 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 of like the sharp tines, and it goes back to of like if you guys had gotten stung by these, it would have been rough.
Yeah, would have been real tough. Okay.
As you set them down, Coryne is gonna go ahead and pull out a Pokeball and attempt to get one.
Yeah. Do you want me to help you check which one might be better stat wise? I can do
Can
a
you
Pokemon
do
handling
that?
check. I can at least see what they would be more proficient at, I think. Based on their physicality.
I mean, if you want to help, I guess.
Sure. This one's heavier. This one's. I'm just gonna do a good old egg weighing test. Just like
This one's
that
yoked.
Gotta do a Pokemon
Jacked.
handling check.
This
to-
one's got
to see
mad traps.
Sure. Kenna, go ahead and roll me 2 different d20s, and don't add them up. Just give them to me separate. Actually, no. Give me 2 d10s. I apologize.
D10s?
D10s. And don't add them up. Give them to me separately.
Okay, I have an 8 and a an 8 and a 9.
8 and
Cute.
9.
And they were roommates.
9
God.
Oh my god, they were roommates.
roommates. The first one that you kind of pick up. What was the total Poke handling check on that one?
8.
With an 8, and the rolls that you've made, the first Beedrill that you pick up, it is actually significantly heavier than you would expect, even if it's not heavy. And you look down and you realize that like the thin spindly arms that kind of hold up the large stingers are not yoked, but they're like extremely live.
They're hard boiled. They're
Yeah.
hard boiled.
This Pokemon, whatever nature it has, it's probably plus attack.
Oh,
Okay. Word. Okay.
Do we want another cokehead Pokemon in the party?
I mean,
Okay. Yeah. If that nothing I can get from the other one, or is that just from the one that I picked up?
That was for the first one. If you want to roll another Pokemon handling check for the second one, you can.
I will. How about do about
Can I go ahead and roll me
that-
2 more d10s?
5?
okay. Ah, yeah.
Yeah, Jackie.
A 5 and a 3.
5 and a 3. This next Beedrill that you pick up, as you kind of look at it, its wings are a little on the smaller side compared to its body. It seems like it'll probably have a minus speed stat, whatever it has. It seems like it's a little slow.
Okay. So heavy, probably better for attacking. This might be a little bit slower with the wing comparison. You can kind of see they're smaller on this one, but
You see that? That's.
dealer's choice.
I never would have noticed that if you hadn't pointed that out. Kind of wild.
Yeah, I mean, it's the small things.
Oh,
Small thing.
Okay, I'll go ahead and attempt to catch the one that looks a little bit stronger.
That was a little bit more attack. Okay.
Mm.
Yeah. You go ahead and roll me 2d20 plus 1 because you are an athlete, so you get to add your strength die to this. Same thing. It's a difficulty 5. If you somehow roll less than a 5 with 2d20, you're doing this wrong.
Physical athleticism, isn't it?
21.
21. Okay, yeah. With a 21, immediately you are able to catch the Beedrill. Yeah, and I'll send you guys the sheets for those Beedrills once they're fully recovered.
Sounds
Cool.
great.
With the one that's left over, that's the slower one.
Mm-hmm.
I'll set that one up just next to a little tree, and I'll take out an oranberry and put that next to it for when it wakes up. And retract that from my inventory.
Oh, that's really nice.
Yeah, I figured it's probably going to be hungry when it wakes up, and did kind of get rocked pretty hard.
Okay.
Well,
Okay, we should get ready to run potentially, and depending on how Gerber handled their situation. So we all packed up.
Rocked, I guess.
You guys wait for just a moment, and Vermilion pinches their fingers together and lets out a very shrill whistle noise.
Whoa.
And after a moment, you hear zoom of like something approaching, but it's a singular something. And in a green flash, Gerber the Scyther immediately is present at the group.
Whoa.
Oh, good. You lost them. Gerber's really fast.
Clearly. Excellent
Good tell.
job.
I'm gonna keep him out though until we're out of the forest.
Good call. Okay, let me find us our route back. Okay, and I think were we on the road? Or
You
were
guys
we-
were just outside of. You were less than 10 minutes outside of Viridian City.
Okay, I just know if we were on a route in the woods.
You're
or if we were, like,
you're not
scattered.
technically on a route right now. You just kind of gone straight off into the woods, but you're on what used to be Route 1. Route 1 used to come
Gotcha.
through here.
Cool. Okay, so yeah, I'll help lead us back to the town.
Okay. After a few minutes, you guys don't encounter any more Beedrill on the way back. I had to roll for that.
I think Arceus.
But after a few minutes, you guys make your way out of the forest, and it's maybe 8 a.m. at this point. I'm pretty sure you guys have your appointments at 1 and 2 this afternoon. I'm assuming you're heading back to the Pokemon Center for the urgently injured Pokemon that you have, of which I believe there are 3 among the party that are urgently injured.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, heading back to the Pokemon Center again. Once again, just to remind you, Viridian City is a very like small, spread out city. A lot of the buildings, there's like large like parking lots and fields and streets in between. And with what you guys found out about the Dark type gym, the Viridian City gym, there aren't a lot of trainers in town at the moment. Most people are avoiding Viridian for now. So it's pretty lonely other than the like normal everyday people that are walking around on your walk back to the Pokemon Center. Eventually you make it there and the glass doors slide open. And you feel that like blast of air conditioning as you step back into the Poke Center. Nurse Joyless is sitting behind the counter.
Last
Just kind
person
of
I want to see right now.
It's
kind
the
of
person. I
sketching
feel
in
like
a
it's the
pad.
first person you want to see. They're gonna help you.
Hey, that's Fanjoy, okay?
What are you guys doing?
Gavin's going over.
Okay. As Gavin starts to walk up and Coryne goes, hey, Nurse Joyless, as you guys have been calling her, looks up. Oh, you guys just left like an hour and a half ago. Where have you,
Busy
you already
morning.
back? Oh,
Yep.
okay. What's up? Did you guys somehow already manage to get injured?
What we called.
Why do you say that?
Gavin's just gonna meekly put the 2 Pokeballs on the counter.
Oh, these ones need treatment?
Yeah,
Very-
this one.
Yes.
Oh, okay. 3 Pokemon for treatment. And she kind of scoops them all up in her arm. And she goes, go ahead and just leave your trainer cards on the desk there. I'll scan them in a second. She walks over to kind of like the cradle that you know that they start the treatment in, kind of like healing cradle. And then if they need more intensive treatment, they'll take them back to like the surgical suite or for actual treatment. So she puts them in and she gets ding, 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 3 updates in the cradle. And she goes, holy shit, all 3 of these are in urgent condition. What did you guys do?
Well, we went into the woods and had a bit of a bout. And I meant to tell you that those are probably going to need a little more.
Yeah, no shit. Oh my god.
Where's your bathroom?
Around the corner to the left.
I'll be right back. Gavin looks like green. And he's just gonna head straight to the bathroom.
Okay. Oh, I think I know what he's gonna do in there. As you're going down the hallway, you hear, "Hey, don't miss!" On your like echoing down the hallway.
Tactful.
You see it every couple days when trainers realize how messy battles can get. It's a lot, and I just don't want to be the one cleaning up puke. You know.
Fair.
So I'll get these started, but it's going to be at least an hour before they're ready for more urgent treatment. You guys don't need these today, do you?
I don't. However, Gavin's Staravia isn't
Staravia.
there, and he kind of needs it by.
Okay, I'll prioritize the Staravia. I'm assuming both these Beedrill are freshly caught from today.
They are.
Okay, then I'm not going to be releasing them until they're fully recovered. And I'm going to need you guys to sign a release before I can put them back into your custody, just because whenever you come in and a Pokemon's freshly caught and it's been, beat to hell, you need to the league keeps track of that. It's not like anything against you guys, but it's how we make sure people aren't like poaching and then taking advantage of the Poke Centers.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm just going to need you to sign a release when you get these back. But
Sure.
yeah, I'll prioritize the Staravia. I can probably have them out by noon, fully recovered.
I think that would be okay.
That will work. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I'm
For
trying to
now,
think,
there's just a lot of waiting.
Zippo or anyone else get hit?
A couple people took some injuries, but nothing they won't naturally recover from in the next couple hours on their
Naturally. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I don't think Bowie got hit.
own. You can get increased healing by giving them over to Nurse Joy now, but they're going to be healed by the end of this either way. Unless you guys suddenly want to go battle something right now.
Well,
Find
you know,
more
I think-
Beedrill.
We're good on the battling.
I think we're
part.
fine.
So, Gavin, you've run down the hallway to the restroom. Yeah, you get in, and it's one of those like floor to ceiling stalls, like unigender bathrooms that you kind of pop into, and immediately you slam the like heavy exterior door that they use for the stalls closed, and it's just
Gavin's just grateful that the town is so quiet because it means these haven't been used today. They've been since they've been cleaned.
And it's messy, and your throat just like burns, your chest hurts, your stomach is still in knots. But after a moment of just like letting your anxiety and shock just pour out of you for a moment, you kind of sit back, pushing kind of like your bandolier off and sliding it for a second, and just put your back against the tile wall for a little bit as you sit next to the toilet. Describe to me Gavin's mindset at the moment.
Gavin is racked with guilt because he knows that even if it was an accident, this was avoidable and this was his fault. He made the decision. He didn't need to send Staravia after that last Beedrill. The others had it in hand, but he couldn't resist seeing Ava kick more ass.
Mm-hmm.
And he knows that the harm that he inflicted on that Pokemon was entirely avoidable and is entirely his fault.
If no one comes to get you, how long does Gavin wait there? It's not canonical yet that you've waited this long, but if they leave you to be, how long is Gavin going to sit there?
He would sit for a little while until he probably like once the first bout had gone, he'd like take his hoodie off, take his bandana off and stuff, just to kind of cool down on the tile, and then after like a little maybe 20-minute, half hour, he'd go and wash his face off.
All right, we're gonna be sitting outside the door if that's the case. Just to like, I would say at the 15 to 20 minute mark, I'd be like,
Coryne says 10.
all right, if Coryne says 10, yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I would just at least knock or check on.
He
He didn't spend the whole time vomiting. He spent a lot of it just kind of existing by himself.
sitting in the cold.
Yeah.
Coryne, you said 10 on your hands. You and Seth both have put in the Pokemon that you needed. You've gathered maybe some food at this point. What does it look like as you guys are kind of there? You said you're gonna wait 10 minutes. Is that 10 minutes of standing in the hallway? Do you try and do something else first? What does this look like?
Let's see. I'll still have Bowie out, and just he'll be walking. But do you have Myrtle out still, or okay?
Yeah.
How's she doing?
Myrtle seems okay, maybe. Maybe not in the best of spirits, but not shrunken in the shell anymore.
That's fair. Okay. Well, yeah, because you still have your. Whose match was first? I can't remember.
Gavin's
Okay.
no, Corinne's is first. Yeah, Gavin's is second.
Okay. Okay. Well, we should at least. Do you have a game plan of like what your plan it is for the battle?
No.
Okay.
Not a
Well, not that you have to have a
single
plan. I feel like
plan.
taking it as it comes is a good way to work. But I might have something that could help with Myrtle doing the battle, at least to help cheer her up. Maybe I'm gonna reach in my bag and I'll find some of my materials that I use for cooking. And with the water ingredients that I have, I'm gonna see if I can start planning out like a lunch or meal snack for her to eat to help improve one of her stats.
Okay.
What would be her what stat is her lowest, or what stat would you want to have increased if you were to have one go up by a die,
Well,
or if you want
let's-
something to be like guaranteed, like it's always going to do its thing, or whatever you want, because you're going to add my education die to whatever that roll would be if I prepare food.
I mean, Myrtle's water attacks are pretty baller, but her physical attacks, and Corinne's just kind of gonna eye her and gonna be like, "You're not quite strong enough yet for your physical attacks to be baller."
You see, at this point, Myrtle was just chewing on her own arm, and she looked up and goes,
Yeah,
Buddy.
like this. Can you do like this? Close enough. Yeah. High five.
Nice.
God, you're so cute. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So we could do that, and then she's good on defense and like blocking and stuff like that. You think, right?
Oh, her defense is
You want it to
impeccable.
be unbeatable?
I
Roll credits, guys.
mean,
Done with
it
episode.
kind of already is, and Corinne like knocks on her shell.
Okay. All right.
What are you doing?
So
it's the
Uh,
Myrtle is doing the Pokemon equivalent of sniffing glue.
Self-
She's just biting on her own arm.
Biting her own arm, self-soothing.
okay. So
Yeah.
out of character explanation, my education die is a D12. So what stat do you want a D12 to be added to? It's for the day. So
God
for the
dang.
battle, whatever you got.
Physical attack.
Physical attack? Okay, cool.
Okay.
All right. So we'll get the rough 'em up spicy water meal. I think they've had that before.
Holy
I think I've made
moly.
it. But I can go work on that later. But I'll just pull out a little notepad and just plan out what I'm going to make to whip that up later.
Yeah.
And then I could just make that for lunch. And then, sorry, Bowie, you're not going to get anything special today. But
Totodile.
he's
Totodile.
okay, so we'll get that figured out. But at least that might help with giving an extra edge in the battle, because there's nothing against it. Like rule wise, it's not cheating or anything. It's just good diet helps fight.
Yeah, no, that totally makes sense. That's so helpful, Seth. Wow. Thank you.
Yeah, figure I'm not battling, or Bowie's not battling in this case, and I want to help where I can. So I think it'll definitely give Myrtle a good extra kick of power,
Kick a
Especially-
power. Kick a poo.
make
I
her feel
did-
better too.
Kind of want to do, I mean, I know we did a little bit, but I would like to do just a little bit of research on the dark types that you're going to be going against. I'm not going to lie, I'm pretty nervous.
Fair. Yeah. I mean, with how Kyle was talking about it at the gym, didn't do a good job at like getting you like amped up, ready to go type of fighting. It was definitely very intimidating.
Yeah, it kind of scared the hell out of me, actually.
y-
So thanks,
yeah.
Kyle.
Yeah. So we could definitely do some research. I don't think there's anything wrong with that too. And then maybe finding a a good strategy of like positioning, if we need to start from attacking at a distance, close the distance, depending on whatever Pokemon he may have. That'll at least gain you an edge on top of the power that Myrtle's going to have, right? I'll look over at Myrtle and just admire the arm chew.
At this point, Myrtle has switched arms to the other arm.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Gorgeous.
It's kind of at this point that you both realize that the two of you are kind of standing in the waiting area, kind of by yourself at this point for a while, the two of you with just your Pokemon. You're just now clocking that like, oh, Nurse Joy must have gone to go work on the Pokemon. You're not sure where Vermilion's gone at this
I was
point.
gonna say, where did Vermilion go?
And we're going to rewind about 5 minutes. As Gavin, at this point, you've been kind of resting on the floor of the bathroom at this point, and after a second, you hear the door to the bathroom open up, as kind of like the rubber like skids on the tile, you know, like when it like does that like rattle thing. And you hear footsteps gently walk over, and you hear a dunk 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 on the door. You okay in there?
Tile feels good on my face.
Yeah, your face isn't on the floor, is it?
Rewind.
You said there was tile on the wall.
It is a tile wall.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No.
On rewind.
Okay. Well, I was just coming to check in because some rough stuff just happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's easy to feel guilty about battling when it goes that bad.
Yeah.
But you're not the only one that's happened to, but as long as you're learning from it, that's something. Because you're not going to do it again, are you?
No.
Well then, hey. That Beedrill just took a metaphorical bullet for the rest of the wild Pokemon in the world.
Choice words. Choice words.
Vermilion's charm is a D6.
Yes!
Oof. Mine's a D6. You don't see me referencing stuff like that. It's just rough.
So, I think that came out wrong. What I'm trying to say is...
Good catch. Good catch.
If you're learning from what you did, then you can be guilty about it, but there's no use feeling like you're a shitty person because you're not going to keep doing a shitty thing. Does that make sense?
I should have already known better.
Yeah, but you've adventured in how many regions?
Well, I mean, I an adventure, but I'm from...
You have how many badges?
None.
And before the beginning of this week, you had how many Pokemon?
1.
And you'd fought how many wild Pokemon?
2.
Oh, that really sounds like you don't know shit about doing things in the real world yet, and you shouldn't be holding yourself to that standard.
You can learn from other people, though.
You can, but it doesn't mean you can make the call that other people should be making. Like, everybody, like, it's like that thing of, like, everybody says, hey, you know, I can't wait for somebody to try and mug because I'm going to beat them up. And then you realize that you're just as scared as everybody else in that moment, and you don't do anything to stop it. It's the moments that you actually learn from, not seeing other people go through it. You know? So, I don't know. That was all I was going to say. You still got a few hours. You might want to... You hear like the smell of like a sniff. Yeah, you might want to shower before your battle later. But
Can you do me a favor?
Yeah, what's up?
Can you like not be in the room when I come out because I look real gross right now? And
Oh no, I'm leaving. I'm trying to say goodbye, and then I'm gonna go.
Thanks.
Yeah, I was gonna go help maybe figure some stuff out before your battle and see if we can figure out what the early Pokemon Silver uses are.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We'll meet up with you at 10.
What's the time now?
It's like maybe 8:20. That gives you like an hour and 40 to go and just relax, to shower, to eat, to get ready, do things like that.
Yeah,
It's only 5:40, guys. We got a lot of time.
Jesus.
Okay. Well, we'll see you when we see you then. And you hear them kind of retreat back to the door and pop it closed. And it's just at this moment that the rest of you would note, when you're noting that Vermilion's not even there, that you would see them coming out of the bathroom. But before we get to that, Gavin, as Vermilion leaves, do you do anything in this time, or do you just keep living for a hot second before you get up?
He goes and cleans off his face and like just washes his whole, because he's probably been crying a little bit. So he's got, you do the thing where you wash your whole face just to make it not look like you've been crying.
Yeah. A tactic that has never worked to fool
Never
anyone
worked,
ever.
like,
Your
It's
whole
never
face,
worked.
even your forehead's
makes-
wet, and
But it
puffy.
makes
Looks
you
weird.
feel better.
Yeah.
We'll never get through this.
Especially because like the corner of your eyes start getting like sticky when the tears start drying, and you just feel gross, and then you wash your
Yeah.
face and you just feel a little bit refreshed. Yeah, you also like take some water, like clean out your mouth and all that. Yeah. How long do you give it before you return to the room and maybe start getting ready?
Yeah, he's not gonna give it much longer. He's gonna like wait until he thinks, yeah, Vermilion must be gone from around the corner by now, and then he's gonna walk out.
Okay, yeah.
It's only a couple minutes.
The others, Vermilion has popped out of the bathroom at this point, and has walked up to you guys. Hey guys, so I just went and talked to Gavin. He's gonna meet up with us at 10. He's gonna take a little bit to just like become a person again, because it did not smell good in there. He didn't poop. It was a throw up thing.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Well, honestly,
Being
I would
nothing but
understand both.
Maple syrup waffles and pancakes for the past.
Ew. Yummy.
Well, I was gonna make some lunch
Forbidden soup.
for Myrtle and the other Pokemon. If Zippo and Gerber want anything, I can
Oh yeah.
whip up some stuff.
It's not gonna be like what you made the other day, right?
Oh no! They don't eat like people food. We have Pokemon food for that.
I mean, your Pokemon food. We've been traveling for like a week. Your Pokemon food smells like it tastes way better than your person food.
I mean, it doesn't not taste better. But-
You cooked fish jerky for us the other day.
Which I thought
And it was not good, was it
decent.
not?
Well,
Look at Bowie.
And Totodile just goes, Totodile.
See, you guys don't have to eat it. I was just, again, it was an offer. If it's not a fan favorite, I can take it off of the group menu. But noted. Just checking everybody. I'll ask what we want to have first before I just make a surprise.
Okay. I was thinking that while we're eating, maybe we go to the computer lab, maybe check out if there's any archive battles from the last couple days, see what Silver throws out early.
That's kind of what I was hoping.
Good call.
Oh,
good
heck
call.
yeah. Okay, we'll do that then. Okay. So over the next couple hours, Seth, you, without even a roll required, can cook up the meal for Bowie. And now that you have access to like an actual small like general kitchen that everyone can use and actual ingredients, you can actually make a human meal that's quite tasty as well.
Nice.
If you'd like. But what you described the other day was god awful. And Coryne, you can join Vermilion in the computer lab while Seth is cooking. And go ahead and roll me a technology check, adding an advantage from Vermilion helping you out.
Oh, that's exciting. Okay. Advantage is a
D4.
remind me.
D4.
Thank you.
Yep.
Hey, I'm good at these. Oh, hang on. Okay. And I get a +1 because I'm proficient. I'm skilled. So 11.
11. Within 11, that's actually really good. Over the course of the next like 45 minutes to an hour, Seth ends up coming in near the tail end with just like a tray with food on it, like different plates already pre-portioned out. Seth, what did you make for lunch, by the way?
I was gonna just have you do it because apparently you guys know what good food is, and I don't.
Bro, you stove cooked fish jerky.
Yeah, Hydrated it a little bit.
Okay, you can make
With
jelly
water.
donuts, also known as rice balls. Yeah. I love jelly donuts. Jelly
Listeners at home,
donuts are
whatever you
my
think
favorite.
sounds good, that's what I made.
Okay, sounds good. A vague lunch. Good to know.
Yeah, and then just whatever Myrtle has like a little spice pepper next to it. So like if you order it on a menu, it has a little bit of kick to it,
Yeah, that makes sense. It makes
not
sense.
just salt and ketchup.
Real quick, Myrtle's ooh. As Myrtle eats the spicy thing, Myrtle goes, and water guns up in the air, and then drinks the own water gun to like start like getting it out. Squirtle.
Just rapid spit it out. Rapid spit it out.
You've had this before.
As you say,
You've
spit
had
it
this
out,
before.
Myrtle just grabs both hands onto the plate and shovels the whole thing into the mouth. Just eats the whole thing. Over the last couple days, you'll have found out that Myrtle's favorite flavor is sweet.
Love that.
Spicy is not on Myrtle's even radar.
I am making a note.
Good, you can.
Gavin definitely already knows that. Gavin has made Myrtle several waffles.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Canonically,
so
that is
cute.
correct. Over the course of the next 45 minutes, you with Vermilion, the two of you side by side on little PCs with your cross transceivers plugged into them, start just searching through the few battles that Silver has done. It seems like on the first day of the season, a previous challenger from last season had come up, a 6-badge challenger, and it seems like Silver used this as the point to make a statement that his gym would not be trifled with, as he heartily took him down in about 3 rounds.
Swift.
But looking at the few 0 and 1st badge trainers who did decide to come challenge the Viridian gym, thinking it would be a bit easier, you do see that the win rate is not high. Only a few have won the badge from the Viridian City gym at this point, a week into the season. And with your 11, you would be aware that normally in a 2 Pokemon 1-0 badge battle, Silver throws out a combination of 2 out of 3 of the following Pokemon. For most trainers, Silver pulls out a Murkrow, which is not native to Kanto, but is a tiny little black crow Pokemon with a little witch's hat on it, or a fedora hat almost. And for the secondary Pokemon, you see Silver normally brings out a Houndour, a small black and red puppy Pokemon with a little spike like nubbins. For anyone who comes up who seems like is going to be quite a bit of a challenge, it seems like Silver reserves an Umbreon for that.
Would it be possible for me to search if a specific battle with a specific other trainer has happened with Silver?
I feel like with your 11, you would Google, at this point, the equivalent to Google, you would Poke.
Ask Luxie.
That's pretty good. That's a pretty good one.
I've been working on that. Well, we've been...
No, that's pretty good. You would Rotom search as you're looking around. As you look around the internet, you don't find one against Silver, but looking around for Graham, you actually do find a battle on Graham. Graham did challenge a gym. Graham challenged Pewter City Gym yesterday, which is weird because there's no way you could have walked from Palatown to Pewter City in that time.
Yeah.
Which means that Graham found some other way to get to Pewter. But Graham never pulled out a second Pokemon because he's registered as a 0 badge trainer. His Umbreon soundly beat the Geodude and Onix that was presented against him.
Wow.
Sprinkler system, easy win.
Definitely the sprinkler system. That definitely makes it to where electric types can beat up ground rock types. That's how that works. Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
But it's also widely known that Pewter is one of the easiest gyms, so it doesn't speak too much to Graham's abilities at the moment.
Well, still, but the fact that he got there so fast.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You might have got a Pidgeotto taxi.
As we're sitting there doing this research, and Myrtle is sleeping, Coryne is going to reach into the bottom little pocket of her backpack and is going to pull out the scarf.
Oh, the little scarf that Poppy gave you?
The scarf that her bestie Poppy gave her.
Oh.
And is just going to kind of tie it along Myrtle's little bicep, like a little bandana and a little cute little tie.
Yeah,
Just like-
absolutely. After a moment, Myrtle kind of like rolls over and it just like drapes over Myrtle's bicep, and it's just a really cute look.
Accessorize.
What color? What does the bandana look like? Because I don't believe on camera it was ever discussed because this was all in the pregame. So, what does the scarf that Poppy gave you look like? I'll let you decide.
It is a purple and green tie-dye.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Scream
So
Poppy.
eventually, 10 o'clock comes, and Gavin, what are the kind of steps that you've taken for the last like hour and a half?
So Gavin went back to his room, and he took a shower, as was the advice. And he like probably took his clothes for laundry as well. He's got a change of clothes that is the exact same outfit.
Nice.
In very anime protagonist style. And when he was like, you know, in his bathrobe, just on his bed, just drying out, he's gonna get Prince out, his Nidoran, and he's just gonna chill with Nidoran on the bed, in a very calm way.
Yeah. Your Nidoran has not been out basically all morning. So at this point, not even aware that anything is necessarily wrong other than you feel a little upset. So King will actually come and like press up against your leg. Oh, Prince, sorry. Your future Nidoking, your Prince. We were talking about the previous titles that you could give this Pokemon. Prince will go ahead and kind of sidle up against your leg, being very careful to not extrude any of his poison like pins. And you can feel the kind of warm hide of the Nidoran against your leg.
Yeah, he's just gonna have Nidoran on the bed next to him. Put some random stuff on the TV, and he's gonna go on his cross transceiver, and he's gonna open up Ask Uxie, and he's gonna he's gonna ask, search in the news tab. He's gonna just put in the name Armand Kingsley.
Okay. You know, well over 1,000 pop up. Recent articles?
Yeah.
1.
Click.
Recent articles 3 days ago.
Click.
Kanto Region News. Disgraced Sinnoh trainer spotted by Dirks Burns. Reading through the article. The first 3 paragraphs is just a setup to who Armand Kingsley is, talking about 8 years ago how the Sinnoh League Championship was almost claimed by a criminal and a liar. How trainer Armand Kingsley was granted a challenge match against champion Cynthia. And how he entered with an illegally captured legendary Pokemon. And after this had been made aware to the Pokemon League of Sinnoh, how Armand Kingsley then fled, leaving his family in disgrace and disappearing off the face of the earth, until 3 days ago, where he was spotted at a dock in Vermilion City.
Angrily closes the tab. Bastard. And he's just gonna sit on the bed, just stroking Nidoran's like the space between his eyes, and angrily watching the TV until he's dried off sufficiently, and then he gets dressed and heads out.
Yeah, and around the 10 a.m. mark, you head down, eventually finding your friends in the computer lab of the Poke Center. There's still plenty of leftover food set aside at the moment.
I just had to go sit by it so it could stay warm.
Yeah.
It's pretty decent.
Hello.
Hey!
Hey.
Hey, wow, you look.
I'm not covered
Lean.
in bits anymore.
You feeling better?
Interesting way
Yes
to
and
describe
no.
Okay. I mean, hey, at least it's some direction of a trend of hopefully good.
I'm better overall.
Mhm.
I'm differently worse in a for an unrelated reason.
Oh, is everything okay?
Okay.
I just got some news that is a little troubling. But this is not for today. We got to focus on the gym.
Well, Coryne found some cool videos that we've been watching for a little bit.
Yeah. Okay, hang on. Wait. Because I got to show you this thing that happened. Let me show you this. So, when we fight, Silver.
Sleeping Slowpoke wakes up by sneezing.
So,
Play video.
Oh my god,
and this
I
one's
would watch
super
that for
cute.
hours.
And then we just
For hours, I would watch that.
It's like a 4-minute video, and 3 of those minutes is Slowpoke slowly just like retracting for a sneeze, and then it's
Oh
like
my
the last couple of seconds is just like the
I want
so
the
damn
video.
cute.
So, when we fight Silver, look at this right here. Vermilion actually pointed this out to me, which is super cool, but also not super cool. Kind of sucky.
enhance.
I mean, you're the one who pulled up the battle. I just noticed the color.
If you
That's
zoom in, it just
Minority
gets more
Report type of
pixelated.
computer.
There's no-
But look at what this Houndour. Look at what this Houndour does when it embers into the ground. You see that?
embers into the ground.
Yeah, it like makes this cloud, but then Vermilion pointed it out. Look at what color it turns.
Oh, that's a smog.
Yeah. I didn't know that.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah, so the last thing we're gonna want to do is to send our buddies into that.
Well, I mean, a gesture down to Nidoran, who is a poison type.
And
Oh my
therefore
God!
immune to being poisoned.
Oh my god. Yeah. Okay, fair. I forgot about that. Well, damn, it's just me then. Shit.
Reminder that
Well, hey.
Beedrill is also a poison type Pokemon.
Beedrill is poison. Beedrill is a pug. Is it a pug?
Is a
Beedrill
pug.
is a bug.
Beedrill is a bug. I need that.
Beedrill
Somebody
is a
make art of that.
pugilist.
Beedrill is a
Um,
bug poison type.
I think if I'm remembering correctly with Houndour, because it's from Johto, right?
Yes.
And see, got it right this time. But it's dark, but it's also fire, right?
It is a fire type.
So just
Yep.
shoot it with water.
Well,
Opening
yeah.
move, cannon blast.
No.
I'm kidding. Please don't.
As you say that, Coryne like covers Sleeping Myrtle's ears and just goes, "No."
But if you did want to try out Beedrill in the battle today, maybe don't send. I mean, he is making the smog, but also it's fire type, and Beedrill won't like that.
Yeah.
Well, you know who they send out first, or it's simultaneous? It's like no one knows until it's
no
out.
one knows. They send them out at the exact same time.
How would they know?
How would
Gotcha.
they know? We'll never know.
I guess we'll never know.
Never know.
You don't got the answers.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Beedrill is the only other Pokemon I have right now, but I'm a little nervous.
I also, you guys got some actually pretty strong Beedrill. I don't know if they're gonna listen to you guys immediately.
That was my other thing. Yeah, I don't.
You
AC
could
won't
always
really hit
go
strong.
to Silver and say like, "Hey, I only have the one Pokemon available for battling. Do you still want to do a 2 Pokemon challenge?"
Seems like they may be reasonable, especially with like if they check your record and see that you've not done any type of like preliminary type of training or anything like that in terms of like pre-registration.
He may want to be, establishing himself as being formidable, but there's no use in establishing himself as being an asshole.
Fair point. Maybe going in having a conversation like 20 minutes prior.
Yeah, it's not going to look good for him to 2v1 a 0 badge trainer.
Yeah, if any of you guys have like a phone for recording, I can like make sure just in case he says something mean, we can at least upload it. This doesn't.
I'm recording this.
Train- I would like to tell you.
That's definitely how we get a gym leader.
Hey,
on
so
our side.
you're not gonna
Yeah,
you're
we
not gonna
Tell them what you
2v1
just
us,
told me.
right?
Tell them what you just told me.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
This doesn't do video.
I'm posting this to my Picogram story right now.
Right now.
Oh,
This
my
is
God.
The
live.
whole world
This
is
is
watching.
live. You're live.
Go ahead, post it. What's gonna happen? Womp, womp,
Posty in
womp.
the Pokemon world? That's crazy. Yeah, that actually sounds like a good idea. Is that we could try and reason with Silver and be like, hey, maybe not.
Well,
Chill.
but here's the thing: I don't want to come across as being like, I'm wimpy. Go easy on me.
Well, hey, if we go early, we could see if our because weren't there other people scheduled today too to go before first of the day? He may be getting the sleep out of his eye. We can.
I'm pretty
get
sure.
'em.
Aren't we the only trainers battling?
Besides your friend Tanner that you met yesterday, there is no one else on the Viridian docket right now.
Tanner was on the docket?
Remember,
For
Tanner
tomorrow.
told you that he's going to be challenging tomorrow morning.
Yeah, the ghost dude.
What time?
In the early morning, and you guys were going to try and catch him before you left town.
Yeah.
Oh, tomorrow.
Yeah.
I forgot about tomorrow. Sorry.
Yeah.
I thought that
After
was
us.
today. Getting
Yeah.
my days mixed up. Oh, I did really want to see Tanner just because I want to know what he's working with. It was so secretive in the
Show me what you're working with.
Hey, yay.
Okay. Yeah.
Should
So
we
what
go
are we
check
doing?
on the Pokemon now? I mean, we've still got about like
There's a little while until
3 hours.
until she
right?
said Staravia would be done.
You actually
Yeah.
weren't present for that conversation.
Oh.
yeah.
Ignore me. then.
So I think
Well-
the story said it was going to be about 3 hours until Staravia's done,
Well-
or 2 hours.
I know the Beedrill are going to take quite a long time. They were pretty Anyway, Staravia should be done by like noonish.
Do you want to pick up any berries, Coryne? Like Pecha or Chesto for poison and fire?
Ooh, that's not a bad idea. Do we just want to go walk around the edges of town and see if we can find any bushes?
Sure, or Pokemon. Either works.
Oh, I'm really short on money right now.
I
Okay.
have $5.
I have 25 dollars.
I'm happy to go foraging if as long as we don't go looking for any Pokemon.
Oh yeah, I'm done with that today.
Okay. If that's something you guys want to do, then why don't each of you go ahead and roll me either a natural medicine or a tracking check. And we're going to say
Tracking.
for every 5 that you get above 10. So 10 is the base. At 10, you'll find a base number of berries. For every 5 that you 3 together total above that, you'll find another berry.
So we're doing a group roll.
You're doing a group roll, so you're each going to
Oh,
add
okay.
whatever you're rolling to this roll.
I rolled 6.
6. Okay.
I rolled 16.
Okay. 21.
Oh my god.
Sure, I didn't just. Oh, I exploded.
This is a choice of EDU or int, and my int is a d20.
Uh, 15.
15.
This is my
16 plus 15, 31 plus, you said 6?
I had
Coryne?
6.
Yeah, you had 6. So that's going to be 27. So at 10, you would have found 1 Oranberry, 1 Pachaberry, and 1 Rostberry to remove burn. You would have found 1 of each. And I'm just going to go ahead and go down the cycle for each 5 that you got. So you guys totaled 27. So that means you would have found 1, 2, 3. Actually, you would have found 2 of each of those berries over the course of foraging for
Wow.
the next couple hours.
Sweet.
I just like a roast, and then the rest y'all can have.
Sure.
It's just the one roast berry.
Okay. Corinne, take what you want because you're going to be battling, so you'd need it more than I would.
I have enough orange.
Just a reminder that you can't use the berries during the actual battle. You have to wait till after the battle to use any items on your Pokemon. Actually, you guys know the rules for actually fighting a gym leader, right? Because there's special rules for that.
Why don't you run them down for us one more time,
Oh,
Vermilion?
okay. Well, just so you know, so essentially, both the challenger and the gym leader can use up to 2 Pokemon in a match. The battlefield has to be like league sanctioned, so it's always going to be kind of the same. It's going to be just a big rectangle, and gym leaders can put up to 3 obstacles in that rectangle. So like sometimes they'll put trees, sometimes they'll put boulders, stuff like that, just for like to give Pokemon something to work with. It's got to be even. a big thing is you can't use any items other than what your Pokemon is holding. And if a Pokemon gets returned, it's just straight up considered fainted. So like
Oh.
you can't swap out.
Yeah, I did know that.
Yeah. And if you break any of those rules, it's considered automatic forfeit.
This is more of a mechanical thing. With the move Whirlwind, how would that work?
Oh, for Whirlwind? Like to swap out
Where-
Pokemon? Yeah.
Like, where you doing that? It just DQs
That
them?
is so when I talk about returning here, I'm talking about like
a ring out.
I'm talking like a voluntary return. A Whirlwind is gonna be involuntary return.
Okay, that's why I
Yeah.
I was just like,
Also, this doesn't when I talk about returning, I'm talking about the trainer choosing to return the Pokemon. Pokemon moves that return, Volt Switch, U-turn, things like that, those are all still allowed.
Okay, I was gonna say someone running a meta broken team that's just like force
returns.
swap outs, like DQ,
Just
DQ, boom.
D20, it's gonna be a D20 Staravia or D20 Pidgeot, plus Ace Trainer for another D20 on top of that for the speed roll.
Yeah.
Then Whirlwind with high HP die.
Yeah. All of them holding the focus band, so then none of them get one shot.
Yeah.
Dang, that's unfortunate.
No, yeah. So Pokemon moves that switch out are still fine. It's the
focus sash.
the trainer choosing to return a Pokemon. Okay, do you guys have any other questions about how those are going to work?
Your Pokemon.
Whirlwind. So then once you guys finish foraging, it gets to be about noon. At this point, you guys have already told Gavin that that Staravia would be ready around noon. I'm going to roll a thing for Nurse Joyless real quick. So you guys return to the Poke Center, and she's there. And at this point, you can see she's, instead of doodling on a notepad, she's just got like a stick of like black like eyeliner, and is just like playing with it in a mirror at the desk, putting on some like eyeliner. She looks up and she goes, "Oh, hey, 2 of your Pokemon are done."
Awesome. Nice wing, by the way.
Oh, thanks. I used the tape for the other one, but then I tried to freehand this one, and I'm actually really proud of myself right now.
Could not even tell the difference.
Yeah, because the tape version is just like, I don't like putting the tape on my skin because then it like messes with like, I feel like it's got to mess with something. But freehanding wings is so hard to do.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, the Staravia and your Beedrill are done. There's one Beedrill that thing, and she leans over and picks up a Pokeball off the ground and hands it to Coryne and goes, "There's your Beedrill." And she leans
Thanks.
over and picks up the Staravia Pokeball and another metal object, puts the Staravia Pokeball down in front of you, Gavin, and then kind of ding, puts a sharp beak on the desk next to you. I'm figuring that's what made the hole in the middle of that Beedrill.
He takes the Staravia and yeah.
Okay. Just gotta remember, these things, they can be spooky. Anything that boosts a Pokemon power, if you're not ready to use that, it can get really out of hand really quick. So this is me to you. Just remember, hey, boosted moves are okay. You gotta know when you're using them.
Yeah.
There's your friendly neighborhood nurse advice for the day. You guys doing anything else for the day?
We just got back from foraging, so we might go to the gym now, I guess.
Okay.
And
So-
talk to Silver a bit earlier.
Gym
Oh, when's
time.
your appointment for?
1 o'clock.
Oh,
Or
hell yeah. I'll put on the
4
TV in the
o'clock.
front. So everybody in the Poke Center, she gestures to herself.
And no one.
We'll be watching your battle.
Oof.
Great.
All right, good luck.
No
I hope you
pressure, no
guys
pressure.
I hope you guys don't get beat too bad.
Gavin slips the sharp beak into his pocket.
So yeah, essentially she gives you guys the update as well that the other Beedrill will probably take another like 2 to 3 hours before it's fully healed. Coryne, I'm going to send you the character sheet for your Beedrill in case you want to try and use your Beedrill. Like, who knows, you might get desperate.
I might get scared.
Might get scared, you never know. But there is your Beedrill's stats.
Okay.
Even if
Is
it doesn't listen to you, it could still technically win, just doing its own thing.
Aaron, can you give me those berries again? I don't know how we disperse those, and I didn't. know
Oh,
if I
you
should
guys
add
didn't
those to my
choose how to
list or not.
disperse them. Nobody chose how to. Yeah.
Well, I didn't.
Just
I,
took
again,
raw
forgot
and the
what
rest
we
is
got.
everyone else.
Here, I have
If you're holding all of them, that's fine.
I have the
I didn't
split-ups.
write them down.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
so I took one Pecha and the other Rost, so there's one more Pecha left over, and then there's 2 Orons.
Okay. I can hold on to the 2 Orans just to have them all in my bag.
Yeah, because you also used one of yours earlier, so I think that's
Okay.
fine.
And then what's the Pecha?
Pecha's
there's
a
only-
anti-poison berry, and there's one of those left over.
Cool. I'll take that. Cool.
So yeah, Coryne, you have the stat sheet for your Beedrill now. If there's anything you want to mention to any of your friends as you kind of look through on your Pokedex, the stats for your Beedrill, now getting to scan it properly.
You can name him Buzz Lightyear.
I mean, honestly, I might. It looks like. Does the Pokedex say the nature?
It does.
Guys, this Beedrill is naughty.
Ooh. I don't want to listen to you.
I don't want to listen to you in a poke battle.
This Beedrill is
It's
naughty.
doing like the ding ding ding, but it's just a little
Beedrill's a
drill.
brat.
And Coryne
want-
looks at
no.
Myrtle and goes, "Oh, you're gonna have a fun time." So sorry.
Squirtle, squirt.
Well, we're gonna try and make a new friend.
This Beedrill's just gonna be mean girls.
And it'll be really interesting. That's all I'm
Beedrill.
gonna say.
Beedrill.
Oh, God.
Okay. Yeah, so that's the list of moves that your Beedrill currently has access to. It is a rank 3 Pokemon,
Ooh.
which means that when you attempt to command it, the 2 of you are going to roll contested checks. Its special attack versus your charm.
Ooh. Ooh.
I might have a good chance of doing this. I've got a good charm.
Well, you're also at friendship 0, which means you deduct
Oh,
things. Yeah.
Like 1 step forward,
I'm not
2
using it
step
today.
back.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's your
Wow.
Beedrill if you end up needing to use it in the fight.
Pursuit, endurance, fury attack, and toxic spikes.
Ooh, Toxic Spike's pretty good.
Toxic Spike's
What's
a
the
great move.
ability?
What do you mean?
All Beedrill have the same
Um,
ability, which is Swarm.
Oh yeah, it's Swarm. Yep.
Okay, I forgot what that one. What does that one do?
When this Pokemon has at least 2 major wounds, its bug type moves each deal an additional 2 minor wounds, which
Oh, so it's kind of
It's-
like Torrent and like those other things,
It's
right?
stronger than Torrent.
didn't
Is it?
this
Oh.
kick in our battle?
Yep.
The other
The
one
Beedrill?
did.
Yeah,
The other one who actually has a bug type attack, which this one does not.
yeah.
Oh, okay. It deals 2 additional instead of just
2
the 1.
additional minor ones,
Mhm.
yeah. Okay. So with that, you guys gather your things, I'm assuming, and head over to the gym.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
As we're walking up to the door, I'm gonna say you guys are gonna hate me for this. I forgot which way the door goes, so
Wait,
I just push Vermilion up.
It's pulled. I remember
Take
it's
it
pulled.
away.
Thank you,
Pull it,
Gavin.
pull it up.
I forgot. They like lean in, put their hand on, and they pull it for half a second. They okay, it actually is pull, and they open
my
it up,
God.
and they hold the door for the 3 of you, so that nobody has to fucking touch this door.
This goddamn door.
Kyle, do you think you're gonna label these doors?
As you walk in, Kyle is like clapping, like, "Hey, you guys got it this time."
Thank you, Kyle.
It was.
It just looks like they
Earlier
could
this
go
morning.
either way. So, like, do you guys ever change them? That would actually be pretty funny if, like,
Yeah, don't
every
put a
other
pull
week
handle
you
on both
switch it.
sides.
Hey. Fun fact: you guys nailed it. I swap which direction it goes every other week.
Shut up, you do not.
That's why it's pull on both sides. It's as big as you pick off one hinge. It takes 3 screws to do and put it back the other way.
You know, that is dark.
That is dark. Oh my gosh. Okay, I kind of love it.
Oh man.
So you guys are here
I
for.
feel like if you pull it up on the YouTube, it'll be like the Viridian City Gym entry fail
the
compilation.
doors.
I was just here yesterday. What the heck? It's like, oh, that was the day before I changed it.
So you guys are here for your 1 o'clock. We've got a Coryne Willows down.
Yeah, that'd be me.
All right, we got 15 minutes till you're supposed to have your appointment, but I think Silver's here. I can. You want to head back and talk to him?
Yeah, if that's allowed, I'd love to have a quick chat.
Yeah, he'll run you guys down through the rules. The 2 of you who aren't battling yet, you guys can just sit in the bleachers. That'll be fine. But go ahead, head down the hallway. You guys are fine.
You ready, Myrtle?
Squirtle, squirt!
Let's go. And I kind of flick her little scarf edge, and I'm like, let's go.
Let's go. And Squirtle at this point, like, bites on the end of the scarf and just, like, pulls it tight. Squirtle, squirt! As you guys start to head down the hallway. As you're going, Seth, you're going to see Kyle actually taps you in the arm and goes, hey, I actually think, so, fun fact, I know that you're not battling, but I can't help but notice that Totodile by your foot.
Yes. I pick him up.
You pick him up. He says, hey, little guy. I know you're not on the docket to battle, but if you were, Silver's going to have a hard time beating up a Totodile. He's a big fan of Feraligatr. That's all I'm saying. He's a big softie when it comes to that whole line.
You can
turn Bowie around.
That's all I'm saying.
What do you think?
Totodile. He wasn't paying attention.
Okay. We'll see how these go, and depending on how it goes, maybe put me down for like.
I'm just saying, I'm stuck at this desk till 5:30. So if you want to put something on the docket,
all right, I'll let you know. I appreciate it. Thanks for the invite, and also good idea with the door. It's smart. I'll just go down the hallway.
I love the, hey, I would like you to entertain me. So if you could sign up in that'd be great. Thanks.
That'd be awesome. I appreciate it.
You bitch.
And as you start walking away, you see him turn the monitor towards himself and click into the cameras that are set up already in the gym. Coryne, you're kind of leading the charge down the hallway, and you get to the end where there isn't doors. It just kind of opens up into a wider room. And you see that this room is like a long, like almost like metal warehouse room. Where it has that kind of like, you know how gyms have a very specific linoleum flooring? Like a very specific
glossy
thing. And in the middle of that linoleum flooring, there's like a 40 by 80 square. Rectangle, sorry, square. There's a 40 by 80 rectangle. I'm a fucking idiot.
Hey,
square is a rectangle.
I was gonna say square is a rectangle.
Square is a rectangle, but this rectangle is not a square.
That's fair.
And I can't believe, shout out, they'll know who I'm talking about. Matt and I were talking to one of our friends who did not know all squares are rectangles recently. But as you get up to the front, you see that this rectangle is kind of like a loose gray dirt almost. And there are 3 large rocky spires kind of at different angles coming out of the gym floor. It very much matches what Vermilion warned you it would look like. Very much still kind of like regulation while having a bit of its own personality. Off to the side, on the walls, there are sets of like pull-outable bleachers, kind of like they would have in like a school gym. And only one side is pulled out at the moment. The other side is collapsed in. And on the back, at the back of the rectangle, there is a kind of step up to kind of like a platform, a single step that's maybe like 3 feet off the ground. And up on that platform is built into a large angular metal chair with armrests. And kind of resting in it, there is a man wearing a black button-up shirt. The top 2 buttons are unbuttoned. His like wide shoulders and like very like large forearms that like, the sleeves are kind of rolled up to right before the elbow. You see that there's like a silver belt on his waist that kind of is a dividing line between the shirt and the pants, which are matched to be the same color. And
That's hot.
He's got like long red hair and like a tuft of like a red like bit of stubble that's kind of like grown out since this morning. He probably shaved this morning and it's already kind of grown in. And he and he sits there and goes, "You guys are the challengers for today, then."
Good afternoon.
Woo!
Good afternoon.
The bleachers clapping.
As you do that, because you're looking out for it, Seth, you would note that he glances down at the Totodile and there's like a little smile on the side of his cheek for a second, and he looks back at the other 2. But you saw that he reacted to Bowie. I don't think the other 2 would have noted it at this point.
Nope.
And he goes, "So which one of you am I challenged by?"
Me first.
You first, huh? How many Pokemon are you using?
Just the one.
And you scanned your trainer card at the front?
Yep. Did I do that?
Yes, you did. This morning when you were here and set up your appointment.
I did.
He's gonna reach into his back pocket and pull out much bigger than a phone, but not quite a tablet, almost like this big of a device. And he's going to pull it up and he's going to start sliding. Let's see. Coryne Willows. Registered to you is a Squirtle and a Beedrill, but you're only going to use one?
Yes,
Okay. I'm assuming the Squirtle.
you would be correct.
You have 0 previous gym battles.
Zero
No
previous
trainer's record.
experience. No, sir.
You don't even have any registered victories to your name.
Don't gotta say everything on the list.
Yet.
The even about.
Okay. This will be quick. All right.
Bitch.
Yo,
You
I mean,
think-
check the
what?
list. How many losses though? How many losses?
Yeah.
How many losses? Also 0. This is your first legal
Saying.
Pokemon League battle is against a gym leader. Not
So
even against a
even
gym
KD.
trainer.
Should have been like, you should see me in the underground racket. I am undefeated.
Now, before we start, you're sure you don't want to take some time, fight a gym trainer first, maybe come back in a couple days with a little bit more experience?
I fought this morning, Silver Star.
All right. Let me see that Squirtle of yours. Where is she at?
You don't see her?
And he looks up and goes, wasn't aware. Sorry. He's going to walk. He's going to kind of like pull himself up off his chair and step down onto the platform. And you hear the dung of his like heavy boots hit the metal platform. And he steps down and walks across the ashy gray dirt training yard all the way to you guys.
I lean into Myrtle's ear as he's approaching, and I say, Myrtle, offer him a fist bump, okay?
Squirtle, squirt.
Okay.
And as he starts walking up, he goes, oh, so this is your Squirtle. Oh, She looks like she's in good condition.
Her name is Myrtle.
Myrtle. Hi, Myrtle. Easy. Squirtle, squirt. He goes, he leans down and he gives her a fist bump. All right, then. You know what? I'm feeling generous today. And he's going to walk to the end. And you see he goes, you ready to start?
Gimme 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm ready now.
Okay. He pulls a small Pokeball out from one of his pockets and he clicks it. It expands and he goes, Houndour, arise. And he throws it into the air. And as he does so,
What is this, man?
you see that the Pokeball is not actually a normal Pokeball. It's a green and black Dusk Ball that is holding his
cool.
Houndour. And the ball arrives back in his hand and it gives it like that meaty like slam against his palm like a baseball would. And he pops it back into his pocket as that red light streaks down to the like gray ashen floor of this gym and the form of a small canine Pokemon with bits of red fur and black overall, like almost like midnight black fur that kind of tinges an almost purple blue area, and little bits of red ember begin to out of its mouth.
Gym leader Edgelord challenges you to battle.
Yes!
I'm gonna go ahead and give you the first shot. And as he says that, that's where we're gonna end today's episode.
What? Come on!
As we are an hour and a half into the recording time, we do not have time for a full gym battle.
Fine.
Thank you everyone so much for joining us on today's episode of Pokemon Unbeatable. A lot of really fun stuff happened. I hope that we got through a lot of the dark stuff pretty good. Nobody's managed to kill a Pokemon yet, which
Hey,
is
we just started with the dark stuff.
I was gonna say,
Started
we're
with
on
the
whole
dark
gym
stuff.
floor, baby.
Yeah. So once again, if you enjoy our show, remember it comes out every single Saturday at 4 p.m. No, 2:30 p.m. PST. That's the time I said. I'm
Every
so
other
smart.
Saturday?
What was that? Every other Saturday. Every other Saturday.
Every
Every
other
single
Saturday.
other Saturday of
Every
the year.
single other Saturday.
And then it also comes out on Spotify at that time.
That's
Anyway, thank you so much for joining us. Goodbye.
Bye!
I am unbeatable, I'll train until I meet my goal. If stakes are high, no, I won't fold, because I am unbeatable. Earning every badge, whatever it takes, I'm gonna be the best trainer, you just wait. And I know the road ahead looks like it won't be easy. I am unbeatable. Standing by my side, got my friends with me to explore a whole world of possibilities. But no matter what the challenge is, we can overcome it together. We are unbeatable, we'll train until we meet our goal. If stakes are high, no, we won't fold, because we are unbeatable. We are unbeatable, we'll train until we meet our goal. If stakes are high, no, we won't fold, because we are unbeatable.